Whenever I say that colonization is not the reason Africa is poor, a whole lot of people pop out to this question. What is neocolonization? People have asked me this countless times. I now want to address this. Neocolonization is an indirect rule by not directly using military or force on them, by just using political influence, cultural influence, economical influence on these countries, and therefore colonize them by saying what happens in their politics, putting who they want in power, saying what exactly they want to happen in the country, and guess what? It happens. Most of us never experienced colonization, but we are experiencing neocolonization. Just like francophone countries in Africa are still using the franc currency, that is the CFA franc. Most of these countries are still so indebted and is being controlled by Paris. This is part of the thing that Ibrahim Traore is actually fighting in Burkina Faso. They use IMF loans, World Bank loans, and force it into these African leaders' hands. It is not without strings. It has a whole lot of strings attached that is supposed to move the economy all of this country. Most African countries is actually a prey to these practices. When these loans are being given to them, they pay it back with natural resources, and the natural resources is quite devalued because it is not being processed. These European countries take the natural resources in placement of the loans that African countries collected from it. And guess what? Most African countries actually give it out for free because they feel there is absolutely no value attached to it. But up to 80% of the individuals who live in Africa cannot buy all of those things, all of those natural resources that is being taken away from them. It's just like cocoa. When cocoa is being taken out from Africa to Europe, we get it back as chocolate, and most people who live in Africa cannot afford this chocolate. Look at a boy working in gold mine, people who work in gold mine in Burkina Faso. These individuals cannot even buy back the gold that they actually dug out of all of these sites. They cannot even buy it back when it might have been refined in Europe, when it might have been refined in Saudi Arabia. They cannot lay their hands on all of those golds. So this is as a result of neocolonization. Now this is the part that most people do not know about. Neocolonization happened because African leaders allowed it to. Get me right, when these IMF loans come in, when all of these incentives that is being given to African leaders come in, they get so selfish, collect the loans in detriment of the individuals who live in their country. Are you going to say that the Europeans are always at fault when we have a leader that accepted it with full force, when we have a leader that accepted it, took the money, enriched his family, enriched his friends, enriched his colleagues, and let millions to billions of Africans impoverished, suffering, taking out all of those natural resources? My point is that African leaders can actually say no if they want to. They can say no, we don't want your loans. We don't want any loan coming from you. I've said this before, and a whole lot of people say, oh, they will be pressurized, they will be killed, this will happen to them, that will happen to them. Why have you not happened to Ibrahim?